Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I am Shandra Lynn, and this is a collective reading. So no specific sign intended. And although um, it's it's like the mother energy is coming through big time, and there's a change. It's hard. I'm I know I'm not like, so the change feeling like something's changing, but it's kind of a recognition. So there's really no fear in it. The best way that I'm able to describe it right now is like if it you'd been outside in the sun, in the heat, and it's really hot, and all of a sudden in a span of like seconds a breeze kicks up and the temperature drops. Even just like if it's 5 or 10 degrees, it changes the energy. The energy is changing, but I'm being told it's so. On one side it's like, oh yes, there it is, there's this deep sense of recognition. um on the flip side of that, it's oh shit, like it's ending kind of energy. So I really am picking up like it's one side or the other. If you're here, then you're probably like, oh, that's so nice. Like that breeze just feels really good. It has the other side of the energy really kind of, tweaking out a little bit. And the message that's coming through right now is um, with polarization, right? If you have one, you have to have the other. So, but if you're one, if we collectively, if we're one, and we have been steadily focusing just, and like it's, we all know like the only thing that we have really done individually is go within ourselves, work on ourselves, look within ourselves, figure ourselves out, figure yourself out, right? So that there's a built up, there is a huge buildup of that energy. The other energy, though, is there's a buildup as well, but not a buildup in the sense of what you have been working on, what the collective has been working on. So the way the world has been working, right? And it's like, oh, well, that's the way things have been. That's the way things have been. It's been because of the foundation in which, everything as of late, or as of in in the past, things were the way that they were. Then collective came in and started working on collective. And even though the group, right, collective group is really still kind of small, it's super, super powerful. So for years, for a couple of decades, depending on where you are or where you started, there's a solid foundation. Like I haven't even pulled any cards, but I'm getting the wheel. Like it's fixing to flip. You're good. That foundation is beautiful. Like it is so freaking beautiful. If you're wondering why it doesn't look like anything has really been built, is because what's the sense of building anything if the foundation isn't going to be able to hold anything that you desire to build? And although you most definitely don't come across as like very materialistic, you are materialistic in the sense that you want to have the best so you can give the best. Looking, acquiring things is not a sense of for me, 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 me. It's for, oh, we need this or they need that, or he, she, however you look at it. It's if this is resonating for you, when you desire things, you desire them because not only is it something that you desire for yourself, but you desire to share and have available to everybody else. So that's what you've been working on. If you've been working on it like, whoo, it's been a bit, right? It's been a little bit. that wheel is changing. What was the point? The point was is to talk about the other side, right? The other side, the side that hasn't been doing any work. It's just been like, if you look at you as trying to build a foundation, they were trying to sabotage the foundation, right? Because it was kind of like a power kind of control kind of thing. If you've got a stable foundation, then you're not depending on their fucked up foundation. So there's been all of this energy funneled in to sabotage. There's been no focus on making sure that when the ground actually starts to rumble, that their foundation is going to stand up. Ooh, it's going to get so easy to build. When that flip happens, there's not going to be anything really to clean up, collective. There's going to be nothing to clean up because you've only been working on building the foundation. You haven't been trying to make it look like it was different. You haven't been trying to make it look like it's more than what it was. You have been meticulous, sometimes having to go back and redo something just because, like, at the time that you did it, it was the right choice, but you got to a different point, and in a reflection there, you realize, like, oh man, if I had known that then, I would have done the foundation. I would have implemented that into the foundation. And so you would actually be able to go back, because it's kind of like a sense of knowing this is you. This is your life purpose. This is your legacy. This is the foundation on which the life that comes after you is going to sustain themselves. The way that the opposite side, the opposite energy, the polarized energy reacts, and it's not going to affect your foundation. I think that's what we're going to start getting cards on. So, um, what what can we expect? Am I? What can we expect from the other side of the coin? Are we looking for are we looking at the other side of the coin, not to be just like nosy? It's to like, is it to gauge? I'm getting a couple of different things. One, it's to gauge if any energy on the flip side of the energy is ready to jump to the other side, which, no, I'm not picking up on any of that. I'm getting a kid, though. I mean, I'm seen as a kid, but it's probably a teenager, and I'm getting, boy, like, what about the kid? Um, so whatever the situation, whatever this foundation flip side of the coin thing is for you, the message I'm getting is the children are protected. Destiny. It's something about the energy has shifted so much that the younger ones, I guess, I don't know, where is this even going? So, children, I guess younger ones, teenagers, they are witnessing this change. So it's not just like us consciously, like, oh, there's a change. Whoa, that was a change. they're aware of it too, and there's a like a observation, because it's their destiny to see this change, not to be blocked from it, not to be blinded from it, not to be sheltered from it. I'm being told that whatever these children are, they're protected, and their intuitiveness is like, oh, these are children that don't take no shit. Is there any other cards besides the destiny? That one and that one. So mastering, it is done. Fixing to start growing from that foundation. You really have to allow, the other side of the energy to happen the way the other side of the energy is going to happen. You have no control over that. Don't, like, there is no, well, you want to make it easier on this person, or you want to make it easier for them because, well, they don't deserve this. Like, it, stop. That's not going to matter for whoever it is that I am speaking to now. Your need to jump into the fire because, well, you've got to save other people from the fire is a fucking lie that you have told yourself. People are in the fire because people chose to be in the fire, even if they're not, if it wasn't actively their choice. Unless you picked them up and threw them into the fire, and you can't even say, well, in a sense, I did. Like, no, no. Everybody has their life path and choosing. You are not so important that human beings were created stupid just so that way you had somebody to save. Stop disservicing yourself because you are worthy so much of your own attention, and stop blocking them from their destiny and their divine right to experience life how it's supposed to play out for them. Yeah, purge that shit out of you. So that's all I have to say for that specific energy. Moving on to the other energy, this is kind of like a confirmation. You've been told that this change is coming. You've known that this change is coming for however long you've been on this journey. This is kind of like, hey girl, hey guy, you're doing great. You're getting there. Let's get some more. But this time I don't want it to be for the other energy, right? Like, it's been said, it's gonna crumble and happen the way it's gonna crumble and happen. It's not your mess. It's not collective's mess. You've kicked ass at your own foundation. And once this change, the initial change, building is going to start happening. That community. Yep, the community. So the next card that came out are the two needs of all living things on earth. I doubt that you can read that. So basically that is, what am I eating and who am I right? Two basic needs. And as human beings and our complex thinking and our evolution ability, because we're awesome like that, right? So instead of being like more in the nature kingdom of survival with the animals and all the other living things on the planet with us, we equate those two things to work, money, work and money, work and money. So it's very important to be mindful of that, and to also be mindful that humans are addicts. It's all human life is a built up of addictions. If you like to try new things, you probably made it a habit, an addiction. You're addicted to trying new things. Like, it's going to be your natural rhythm. Hopefully you're not on crack, but if that's the path you chose, you're obviously are trying to get off of that path, because I doubt that I'm going to have any crackheads going to. Anyways, back to the topic, because I can scroll back around. The two needs. Humans tend to equate that, especially at least in Western society, with your work, with your money. If you've got good money, if you've got good work, you're going to pretty much be able to lock down those two basic needs. So, like, with that being said, if you can look at how society is run, and you look at, like, let's say Child Protective Services, let's use them as an example, because I'm positive that that system was created to help children. But when you go into work to help children get out of abusive situations, there's an under energy of all the living things on earth have to sustain and to acquire these two things. So if you're working in that field where you're supposed to be helping families get healthier, but if that means if you're helping families get healthier, there's going to be less families coming to or in that service in the future. So then subconsciously it gets twisted. No one really heals, because if you don't have the children creating the same issues that the parents did, then you're not creating sustainability for your own survival needs in the future. Be mindful and to observe and go to the root of why you're doing the things that you're doing. And that's what I'm hearing to keep in mind when building, because when we're building, it's building for community. When you're building for community, it's gonna, community is female, community is feminine, community is the mothers and the sisters and the children and the grandmothers. Like, if my kids are okay and your kids are okay and you're okay and I'm okay, we can go from next. But there's not really kind of a separation in what are the words I'm looking for? Selfish is not really in the community aspect, because there is no selfishness with the aspect of, you got what you need, right? You got what you want. Like, everybody got what they need, what they want. It's like a, why am I repeating this stuff? Community, community, getting ready to build community. Is there any more messages? I don't think I'm getting any more. I think I'm going to be able to move on to doing the zodiac readings. But that's our collective message. I really hope that makes sense. I'm going to have to rewatch that myself. Um, thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time. If this hit and resonated, please like. And if you'd like to book a session, I have that link down below for my platform Muse. I'm set up on that. And if you would just like to exchange energy or gift energy for exchanging energy today, I also have my link down there for that as well in the description. And I hope to see you guys in your zodiac readings if you feel called to be there.